I had some connection issues. I don't know why, but apparently where I'm located tonight, they don't like me because I had absolutely no reception. But I'm here. So, hi Belinda, hi Clough, hi Jenny. Sorry again that I'm late. Oops. Go back. No. Oh my goodness, I am having such a night. Anyways. Okay, flip you around. And let's work on getting off this beaten path. Is Luana in here? Okay. I don't see Luana, huh? Well, at least she's here in case things go crazy. Unless she's gone already. Maybe not. Looks like Belinda, you're the only one. Hey, guess what, Belinda? How'd you like to be a moderator? How does that sound to you? Let's see. I'm still having problems with my connection in the chats. So, oh, yeah, she was supposed to be over here. He actually told her that she needed to moderate for me. But, whatever. So guess what? Just in case, you are now a moderator. Thank you for your volunteering. Yeah, his live was a bit impromptu because it was, I think, the only time he could get the other person on, and I'm in a park right now. I just gotta get into the park. I think I'll go this way. Yeah, I know I'm having connection issues because my chat's not moving. Which way I want to go? Well, you might not have to worry about it because the super trolls are probably over pounding him. You'll be fine. Thank you for being here. It's quiet. Unfortunately, I'm a lot closer to a main road, but it's not going to stop strange things from happening in the woods. A, a spammer? A spanner? What's that? Is that device that you're on? Whoop. Sorry, my phone just decided to slip. It's one of those days, you know. Anything that can go wrong is going to go wrong. That is what's up lately. So Belinda, since you're here, I have some interesting news that I'll share with you. I remember a few weeks back, you guys were all talking about how I should get in touch with the individual who owns the property on Bray Road. I did it. I am going out there on Sunday to meet with him, and he's going to go over his research that he's collected over the last 11 years. I'm excited. Yeah, airplanes. Yep, I am very excited. He's going to take me out on the property, go over the research. I get to see photos. I don't know how much I'll actually be able to record, but probably once I'm out on the property, I'll be able to collect some video and stuff. And I'll probably edit that and then drop it on Monday just as a video, so you can check that out. Hopefully, not making any promises. New job is going really great. I'm enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Everybody there seems to be really nice. Still too early to say I've made any friends, but everybody's really nice. I like it. Yeah, I'm happy. Let's see. I hope I'm not coming back up to the road. No, I think I'm coming around the corner. So the location I'm at, this is more of a spot that I'd probably be better off hunkering down to see if I can hear anything. Not sure what I want to do. Oops. Sorry, flashlight's giving me issues. really calm. I don't think I have any trolls under this bridge. Maybe frogs. And turtles. Fish. I don't see any fish. Probably trolls. Although, never know. Never know what happens. I'll go this way. I want to get in here a little further, and I think what I'll do is, I'll hunker down. See if I collect anything interesting. This area that I'm in here is more paranormal stuff, I guess. Not so much cryptid. But never know. Ugh, spider web. I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you where everyone is. First of all, it's an early live. It's a lot earlier than I normally go on. Second of all, Mike is live tonight, which he hasn't been going live on Fridays. Which is why I chose to do Friday Night Lives. Friday Night Live! And then there is a huge Mike Tyson fight tonight. I don't know if you're aware. But yes, that is all everyone was really talking about today, is the Mike Tyson fight. And if I had Netflix, I probably maybe would have watched it, but I canceled my Netflix. Oh, mud, I just sank. Huh. Looks like this got all washed out. Oh. Welcome to those who are hiding in the shadows. Feel free to join in, say hi. Welcome. I think. Kind of blocked here from sound from the main road. I'm going to hunker on down. Look at this. I don't, yeah. It's supposed to be a pretty big fight. I don't know if you'll, oh yeah, you can see it. The moon. See some of the stars? The stars are showing up pretty well. How's my percentage? It's actually should be fairly good because, hold on, I'm going to switch my flashlight too. 77%. I had it charging today, but unfortunately, I had to step off at the store before I got out here. I had to pick up some stuff. So I didn't get to do a full recharge before I came out. Which, you know, honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to make it out here for the full 2 hours anyways, because I got very little sleep last night. I had a little bit of an anxiety attack and had to take my meds. And then on top of that, being up this morning, it is kind of cold. It's like in the upper 40s. I want to say it's like 48 when I got out of the car. Right? It's like Luana's first time. Yeah, I made her moderator, but really wasn't a whole lot to moderate. But no, a few weeks ago, ooh, I felt bad for her. That was chaos. She did so well. Okay. Oh, that's what I'm missing too. I don't have my headlamp. I'm a hot mess today, Belinda. How's the weather by you? Okay, I'm gonna flip you around. Whew. Like I said, I'm a hot mess. Hair's a mess. I have no makeup on. Put my glasses on so I can actually read the chat, but they're all steamed. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna set this down on the stand. And maybe I could tell some stories. How was that? If I could see. It's so cold that my glasses are just fogging up. I could do like the whole spooky stories. Hello, Jen. I don't give the city that I'm in, but I'm in southeast Wisconsin. Where are you located, Jen? What state are you from? So, let's see. What kind of story I could. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Maine. I was out to Maine once. Went and took a family trip in Maine and had lobster on the boardwalk. My parents loved that. I would love to go back out and visit Maine. There's lots of strange happenings out there by you, huh? So let's see. I could tell you a creepy thing that happened to me growing up. How is that? Story time with Jess. So, when I was about, if I don't go blind. When I was a young girl, I was probably about, I'm not going to remember all my ages. It's probably about 9. living in the house growing up, had lots of strange things going on. I always had, as I had said once before in one of the other shows, I had really weird dreams. Always strange dreams. Not so much now since I've gotten older and moved out of the house. But on one particular night, when I was about 9, I had woke up in the middle of the night and it was really dark out. Of course, middle of the night. The way my bedroom was set up, there was a street light that actually shone in through my one bedroom window, and then I was in the corner room of the house. And that whole corner of the house was actually quite creepy. Even in the basement, I didn't like the basement area there either. Sorry. I didn't like the basement in that corner of the house either. Always just gave me major creep factor. That corner of the house had what we called the train room. My dad and my brother had a model train set up on a really large wooden table that took up pretty much the whole back room. But then you could scoop around the corner and there was like the laundry room. And of course, living in Wisconsin, we had like our backup freezer and refrigerator downstairs too. But I'm hearing noises all over. But in this one particular night, I woke up and, like I said, I was about 9. So I had a little kids table and chairs that was right next to my bed that my dad had made. Just a small little thing that, a little kid could sit at. And I had this really weird feeling like something was watching me or in the room with me. And I was trying to get my eyes to adjust. It was, because again, it was dark, but there was a little bit of light. And I'm trying to let my eyes adjust and see things, and I'm looking around the room, and of course you see, clothes hanging on hooks, and trying to make sense of all of the different shadow things in the room. And I kind of tried to settle down and close my eyes and go back to sleep, and I just had this overwhelming feeling like there was something in the room. I kind of sit up and I look a little bit, and there, sitting at my desk, sitting on the chair, was this blacker than black figure, like darker than the night. It was just, when you say the room was pitch black, this was blacker than pitch black. And I'm looking at it, and it was like I could start to make out what it looked like. It had these really long, I don't want to say it looked like a gremlin, because it didn't look like a gremlin. But it was probably the size of what you would think. Now, of course, this was before I even saw Gremlins. I don't know if it was before Gremlins came out, but it was definitely before I saw Gremlins. So I didn't even have that to give me a perspective of what I was looking at. But it had these long, extraordinarily long fingers. It had almost like claws at the end of its fingers. Long, like gangly feet, very thin. It was almost bony, Um, but the worst part about it was it had this ovalish, rounded, no, more of a roundish head, and the ears protruded out almost to the side, had long, pointy ears. It didn't really have a nose that I could see, but its eyes were red. Like they glowed red. And the thing actually turned really slowly. It was like facing the wall, facing the table, with its hand on the table. And it was almost like it knew I had finally seen it. And it was at that point that it actually, so of course, it's looking away, and it just slowly kind of turned its head, looking straight at me. Body still facing the wall, and it got this grin on its face that was from almost ear to ear. And it wasn't just a grin, it had these, its mouth was, it showed its teeth, its mouth was full of these long, jaggedy, out of sorts teeth. I don't even know how to really explain it. I did draw a picture. It's I do have a picture of it. It's either on the Arcane Facebook page. I believe it's on the Arcane Facebook page. But that image, of course, never went away. Yeah, I am thinking it was some of a demon of some sort. Because when it turned to look at me, I froze in fear. And I remember closing my eyes and putting my head down, and I basically said, Jesus, please take it away. Jesus, make it go away. Please, please, God, make it go away. I don't want to see this. Make it go away. And when I opened my eyes again, it was gone. Yeah. Well, whatever this thing was, I do believe that it never did the same thing twice, but I do think that it, I want to say tormented me, because it would be once in a while in between times that I would have things happen. So there was another time, I was probably about 12, 10. I was probably about 10, 11, 12, maybe 10 or 11. Maybe 12, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I was downstairs doing laundry in that awful laundry room. And I had just finished doing the dryer mode. So, and I had school the next day, so I had gone downstairs to go get the clothes out of the dryer. Actually, I didn't want to, but my mom was kind of like, well, if you want your clothes, you need to go get them now, because you're not going to get them in the morning. Yeah, that was me. I was a kid, whatever. So I went downstairs to go grab the dryer. And I was, like I said, I was younger. I had like one of my little kids' nightgowns on, and was bent over, and I was pulling out the clothes out of the dryer and throwing them in the basket that were right underneath. And as I'm bent over with like my arms in the dryer trying to pull everything out, I feel this, like it was just like a cold feeling on the back of my right leg. and it was like it took its hand or finger or something and drug it up the backside of my thigh, like it was raising up my nightgown. And at that point, I actually spun around with my arm to hit whatever it was that was behind me, whether it be like the dog followed me downstairs or something. Like, I mean, it was cold. It would have had me believe that like it was a cold nose. But no, I swung my arm around and I caught air. There was nothing there. And at that point, I just left everything in the dryer. Or did I? No, I grabbed the basket. And I came upstairs. Because as I was walking up the stairs, I had the basket in my hand and I basically had my back to the wall and took the stairs like sideways, one step at a time, so I could see what was behind me, having my back against the wall so nothing could creep up behind me again, and kind of ran like a crab up the stairs, one leg over the other. Opened the door, slammed the door, came around the corner, and my parents were both sitting on the couch at the time. They were watching a movie because, you know, no internet back in the day. So, yeah. So I kind of looked at them and I'm like, you guys weren't downstairs. My brother wasn't downstairs. The dog's upstairs. And they kind of looked at me and were like, what's wrong? I said, something touched me downstairs. And my dad's teasing me. Well, I don't know, we had something. There's something. Something's downstairs. I don't like it. And my mom's like, well, you're fine. Go to bed. Got your clothes. Go to bed. I'm like, well, that doesn't change anything. There was something downstairs that touched me. And yeah, they teased me about, well, my dad pretty much teased me about that. But he's a believer now, so of course. But that was creepy. I had asked my mom several times if she ever had anything weird happen to her downstairs, or no. And probably about maybe 3 months ago, I was having a kind of conversation with her. Really, Mom? I'm breaking up. Yeah. Well, that explains why I had a connection to begin with. But I had asked my mom, I said, you really didn't have anything weird ever happen to you? And she said, well, no, not really. I said, no. You can't say not really and expect me to leave it at that. She goes, well, you know, no. What? Well, I don't know, just weird things, maybe, you know, noises, but I always, you know, maybe felt like something was there watching me, but I, you know, brushed it off. And I said, where exactly did you think you had something watching you at? Well, you know, like right in the doorway. Because there was a door that divided the laundry room to the main portion of the basement. Okay. Did you ever feel like there was anything? Hello, Woo Rider. Did you ever feel like you had anything like watching you around the corner? She's like, I don't know, maybe. Okay. Well, apparently the people that my parents bought the house from, the family, the parents had passed away, and the kids were selling it, and the kids were younger. Like, they weren't like kids, like adult kids. Like, I guess maybe the youngest one had just turned 18 or something, and they were selling it. They were young, but they had been apparently living in the house after their parents died for a few years or something. But there would be things written on, because when the basement was unfinished, there would be things written on there like little pentagrams or certain numbers that we all know are attributed to not such good things. And it kind of always made me question stuff, like maybe they tried to screw around with things, especially in that area of the basement, maybe, I don't know, and they opened something up. But again, that area of the basement was right below my bedroom. And then, say maybe a year or a few years later, I had a waterbed in my room. And it was one of those old 80s water beds that like had drawers underneath the main portion of it. And the only way that you could have anything under the bed was, yeah, evil lingering. Hey Jenny, glad to seek you back. But the back portion of the waterbed was actually an open area, because of course you had to plug it in to heat the waterbed, because it was an old-fashioned waterbed. It had one of those big old bladders that took up the whole bed. And at night I would close my door, and I had a cat that would basically just hang out in the bedroom. And then probably about 4 o'clock I'd open up the door and she would go and make her food run. And on this particular night, she was being really super active. And I think, Belinda, if you were on the other channel, I told this story. But she was being really super active, and I had one of those brown paper grocery bags that I had on the floor on my right, and she was sitting there and like rolling her little cat ball into the bag, and then she would chase into it and kind of bat it around, and I could hear the paper bag shuffling around. And she was doing this over and over again, and I woke me up to the point. It woke me up. And I was like, oh, it's just the cat. Okay. So I kind of like closed my eyes to go back to sleep and just ignore it. And she was getting really rambunctious to the point where I could not go to sleep. And I was like, she wouldn't stop, just over and over and over again. And I finally went, Tigger, stop. And it was like you could hear she had been in the bag, and she kind of froze, like, uh-oh. You know how cats do when, they get scolded? Like, they'll either look at you like, whatever, and continue doing whatever they're doing, or if they're really worked up, they're kind of like spaz a little bit. Well, that's what she did. Spazzed. Ran out of the bag. Now I had hardwood floors, ran on the bed, around the end of the bed, back up to the left side of the bed, and ran so fast, like she skidded across the floor and like hit the headboard or the wall or whatever. I could hear it dunk. Like she went so fast, and because can't get their kitty claws traction on hardwood floors, and skittered back behind the bed. I'm like, okay, fine, stupid cat. And at that point, I went to like readjust myself and like pull the blankets up, kind of curl up a little bit more, and because I'm a side sleeper. And so I went to like roll over on my side and pull my covers up over my shoulder. And that's when I realized that the blanket was weighted at my feet. And I kind of looked up like, no, And I looked down at the end of the bed by my feet, and the cat was sound asleep on the end of the bed, right on top of my feet. And she was a light cat. Like, yeah, she was on my feet. I couldn't really feel her at that moment. But when I went to pull the covers, that's when it dawned on me that that wasn't the cat. At that point, I pretty much laid awake the entire time. Um, and that, my friends, is why I now always sleep literally with one arm slung over my back. Like, I don't know what it, I don't know, I guess like the kid me always thought, well, if anything tries to come up behind me, they'll hit my arm first. So I would always sleep with either my right arm or my left arm, depending on what side I'm sleeping on my back. So if anything came up, I could feel it first. I don't know. I guess in my mind, if they tried to come up, stab me with their claws, I don't know. My morbid mind. Because, of course, I went back to thinking about that other creepy creature with the really long fingers and claws for, I don't know if they were claws or if they were just that bony that the nails stuck out. Yeah. Yeah. See, and and they make movies where they say, don't sleep with your feet over the bed. And I saw a post one day. It said, I loved it. Um, I love, I love the warm weather. Um, and sleeping with my windows open. The only problem is when it's warm, um, I can't pull the covers over me to protect me from all the monsters. It's like true facts. I don't know. Why do we feel safe to have blankets pulled up and around us? Like, I mean, yeah, I like to snuggle in, but really? Are we really safer having blankets all wrapped around us? Yes, mental thought. It's not going to protect us. But yes, it's going to protect us. The comfier the blanket, the more protected we are too. That's my theory. I'm going to stick with that. But yeah. So that's some of my stories. Tell you about, saw a UFO once. Downtown, city that I lived in. I was, yeah, yeah. Actually, I sleep with a fan on, whether it's summer or winter. I like, I don't know, maybe it's to have the background noise. It is a force field. I'm gonna go with that, Ginny. It's a force field. It keeps away all the monsters. Yes. Um, yeah, kind of like, when you get out of bed at night, like, you don't just swing your feet down and hit the floor. I don't know. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. I kind of always like push myself away from the edge of my bed. So if there is anything that's under there that's going to grab, it has to really reach. I feel sorry for those people. You see those videos where people think they're funny and they're hiding underneath the bed and then they grab like their parent's foot or ankle. No, that's just cruel. Instant grounding. Losing your allowance for the week. Yeah, no. But yeah, really quiet here. I don't know. Did you get to watch the fight, Jenny? You guys probably can only hear the water. It's kind of funny because, like, here, maybe if I turn this way, can you see my reflection in the moonlight? Oh, it's creepy. The moon is really bright. Oh, see, that's what I thought. That it was something to do with. I knew the fight was on tonight, but I wasn't sure. I thought Tyson was going to be on later. Oh, hi, Ella. I hope you're behaving yourself. So, let's see. I could tell you about my UFO encounter. So yeah, downtown, city I live in. I was actually the DD, designated driver, on this particular evening. We were coming home from the bar, and my two friends were in the car with me. And I stopped to drop the one off. I'm sitting at an intersection, and even though it's city, it was really quiet. There's really not, well, at this time, back in the day, it was really super quiet. So I'm on a one-way road, and the road parallel, or that across from us was also one way in one direction. And I had stopped to let him out, and he had to cross the street to go over to his apartment building. And while I'm stopped, I hear this, and I don't want to say I heard like a humming or anything. It was on the new. You don't want to post that, my child. You want to remove those, please. You don't need to admit that stuff. Yeah. Ella, remove your comments. You never admit to anything. You should know this. Famous. Ella. There are other ways that you can be famous. That was not good. Yes, I know. Well, Ella, at least you'll have something to laugh about when you have kids, and when your daughter decides to do the exact same thing. Yes. Only be careful, because I've learned that children tend to one-up us as parents. So be aware. So the UFO, I'm sitting at the intersection. He was getting out of the car, and it was, like I said, it wasn't an engine sound. It was, I live next to a private, like, airport thing. So growing up, there were always airplanes flying over and choppers and stuff. And I live right off by the lake. So there's always planes flying over and around. And this night, it was like a heavy pressure, kind of like a hum. I don't even know how to explain it. Because I'll tell you, my first impression, because I looked up and I saw it when I kind of heard it going through the air. I thought, oh my gosh, it sounds like there's a plane that lost its engines. So I looked up and I see the dark mass cover the sky in between the tops of the buildings, and I could see it coming down at an angle there. So there was no doubt it was the way it was coming down. It was heading right towards the lake. And I asked my friends, I'm like, did you just see that? And they're like, see what? No. I mean, it was huge. When it went over, I could either see the front of it or the back of it, but I couldn't see the entire ship. Or, I mean, ultimately it was unidentified flying object, unidentified gliding object. And my other friend got in the front seat because he was sitting in the back. And I watched for my other friend to get over to his apartment building. And I said, okay, we're going right down by the lake. So drove down by the lake. And I get to the rocks. And we can see out across the lake a ways. And I'm scanning. And I can see a faint glow in the distance farther out to the left. So I said, okay, we're going to go down to the lighthouse. So we left the main pier area and we drove down towards the lighthouse area. And at that point, pulled into the parking lot, which at the time could see it was pretty open, so you could park and see quite a ways out. The parking lot had a pretty clear area right in front that went down to the shoreline. And right between where the lighthouse would have been, and then at the time, it's not there anymore. Okay. Oh. I hope nobody was hurt. How bad was it? The plane that went down? I never like hearing about that kind of stuff. It's so sad. I'm not seeing anything. That's the issue. I'm hearing it. There shouldn't be any, like, real critters out tonight. I'm hearing like a, I don't even know how to explain. It's not like a, okay, hold on. I'm gonna flip you around. You'll probably see better. Turn. Ooh, look at that. No, it stopped. Make a liar out of me, eh? Yeah, I know. You know, unfortunately, I apologize that I couldn't have found a better spot that wasn't so close to the road. Like I said, this, yeah, no, it's not an owl. Um, Unfortunately, I have to have a tire replacement and alignment because last week, Friday, after my boots on the ground, I got almost home, which Luana got really mad at me because I told her, oh, I'm almost home, I'm practically home, don't worry about it, I'm safe. And she said, okay, I got a flat tire. And I had to pull off on the side of the road and change my tire. And by the time I got done, it was like, what, maybe 2 o'clock? 2:30? I don't know. It was early morning. And, yeah. So, because of that, it looks really bright. So because of that, I actually ended up shredding a tire and I have to get it replaced altogether. And since I was not quite starting my job yet, I had to wait to get paycheck and such. See, now I'm hearing like, yeah, now I'm hearing like it almost sounds like pitter patters. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's little things here. Never know. You know if you hear any little giggles. Like I said, I'll probably run. I don't like the tiny stuff. Big stuff is fine because I can aim at those. I don't like little things. Well, unless they're miniature stuff. Like, miniature things for dioramas. I like to make little miniature houses and rooms and crafty stuff like that. Okay, so I digress. So, what was I saying? UFO flat tire. Yeah, flat tire. So yeah, I have an appointment on Monday to bring my car in, and they're doing an alignment and tire replacement and rotation, all that stuff. So that's gonna cost me like almost $600. Woohoo! There goes my first paycheck. Yeah. So I couldn't really go very, very far. Yes, bigger targets are definitely easier. So, UFO. I'm almost done with that story. UFO. I just heard like a snicker. And then look at this. Why are they going so slow? You need to go on with yourself. Okay. Finish up my UFO story though. So UFO, I could actually see it sitting on the Lake Michigan, out quite a ways away. Because when I went back to kind of get an idea of where I actually saw it, it was quite a ways out. It was a huge UFO of some sort. And what I found interesting at the time is prior to that, I had been hearing more and more stories about UFOs coming up out of the lake. or not out of that lake in particular, but coming up out of bodies of water. And I thought, well, that's weird. But of course, if you're gonna, what would the difference between being in space or being underwater? You've got a vacuum in space and pressure underwater. I guess it would be one way to test these devices or vehicles or whatever they're being used. Or are they coming up out of the lake and oceans? Are they collecting water? Like, what are they doing? But again, I could see the silhouette of the like the ship, the craft on the water, and around the edge it had this faint, like almost like a rainbow, not rainbow like a bright rainbow, but like a luminescent, almost pinkish orange glow hue to it that actually went around the outside, almost like a ring. And it was like I don't want to say sparkled or twinkled. It wasn't really bright, but it was like it was moving. It wasn't a solid color. It kind of glowed and shifted, that kind of thing. But speaking of UFOs, I should probably, see? Maybe, oh, now it's probably fogging up now, huh? Let's see, I bet it is fogging up. Because, yep, there we go. See, point you guys to the sky, maybe you'll actually see something flying over. So the lake is in that direction. But, yeah, it's a really quiet night. Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to go very far and have my spare tire go flat on me. Like I said, at the same time, this is known for having strange sounds and voices. Maybe I'm just not in the right area. I don't know. But it's been an hour and I shared stories. It's probably more exciting than some of the other boots on the ground I've done, huh? Eyes to the sky, that's right, Belinda. Always. I like that movie. Don't Look Up. Everybody should be looking up. Or looking down. I don't know, you ever watch the space station footage? I know a lot of people think that it's fake or my brain is completely, it is pretty out. My brain is completely fried tonight. The space station footage, though. There's another channel that sometimes gets in videos from other viewers. Is it Mr. BB333? I think it is. Really interesting stuff. And I think that's what it is. Check it out. He is, I think it's like the Earth Watchers, but he does reports on the caldera in Yellowstone. So the volcanic activity. And is it actually a full moon tonight? Oh no, it would be a full moon tonight for you. So our full moon would be tomorrow night. So weird. I'll get used to that sooner or later, Belinda. But yeah. Mr. BB333, I think that's what it is. But he gets, like, from his viewers, a lot of really cool stuff. I know he has one viewer that actually sends him stuff Well, I don't know if anymore. I haven't seen his channel in a while. Should probably check it out again. But he'll get images from the space station of strange things that are caught or had been caught out there. Strange images that people catch of things in the skies, and then he like breaks them down. Really smart guy. Check it out though. Should probably put his channel in my link, my community page, because it's definitely interesting stuff. I'm all about that. But yeah. It is so cold. It's like getting colder by the minute. I think I'm gonna have to. I need to invest in some gloves. Or I'm just gonna crochet some more. And I forgot a whole bunch of stuff tonight. I forgot my cap. I forgot. That is so pretty. And the fact that you could see stars too. DHABO07. No, I have not heard. Is that another YouTuber? Because I'm all about learning about other people in the community. I say in the community because I don't know, not everybody is necessarily in the community, if you know what I mean. But people who, really do go out or do the research, look for stuff, do reports. It's great. Yeah, I'll have to, Dabu77. I'll have to look up that person. I don't want to sink in this mud again. Ooh. I just sunk. Rocks on the rocks. Woo. On the rocks. I still got it, just like when I was a kid. Jumping the rocks. Up and what's going on? Alright, well I'm definitely going to check him out then. Not necessary, dude. So not necessary. So, yeah, like I said, next week I will be probably back out in, of course I'm not going to say in the same spot as I had been, but along the same investigation areas that I had been going out to previously. Tonight I'm in the area where I first lost my battery life on my phone, and I was getting freaked out because everybody kept saying they were seeing things or hearing things in the shadows. But nothing, well, hearing things, but not seeing anything. I think I was being messed with. I think that individual must have been a troll. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, look at that. Perfect moonlight. You could see the river. I should have sat down here. Told my stories. Normally I can't see the water reflections because it's so dark because of the moon. It is so pretty. Sparkly. Yeah, so next week, Friday, when I go out, I will be along the Mid-Date Trail. I'll just put it that way. Somewhere on the Mid-State Trail. And Sunday, I will be in Elkhorn meeting with property owner out there. Hopefully I can get a little interview with him on record, but definitely I'll get some footage and recordings of some of the property out there, put it together, and I'll drop that for you guys. And then flip you around. So now, yeah, this camera's not so great. The other camera's really good. Any eye shine? No. Just sparkling of the river. But I will, yeah, definitely get that recorded and dropped for you, so you can see that. I'm hoping that after meeting with him and talking with him and stuff, I can get out there a few times and pick up and do some research and see what happens, see where it goes, see what I can get. Who knows? Maybe I can actually talk him into letting me stay on the property out there. I would love that opportunity to actually stay on the property on Bray Road. That would be awesome. That figures. My back, I'm back. Sorry, lost connection. Okay. If I lose you guys again, I might have to just go off. We'll see. My percentage, it was at like 46. 41. 41, Belinda. I love how you guys check on me. Aw. You're so sweet. Whew. And it's getting foggy. Yeah. Ooh, my nose is like an ice cube. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in the wintertime. I want to, though. I might just have to, come winter, if I'm going to do lives in winter, I think what I'll end up doing is campouts. That way, like through the night, I can check on areas and I can check for footprints, do tracking that way, and at least stay warm in my tent through the night. And I can go out further too. That would be a bonus, because I wouldn't have to drive. I mean, right now, depending on where I'm going, it could be anywhere from an hour's drive to 2 hours, depending on how far out I have to go. Pasta. I think I saw you in here before. Welcome back. I'm heading out now because it's cold and damp, and I'm a baby when it comes to cold. Not scared of anything, but I'm a baby when it comes to cold. I hate being cold. But yeah, so make sure you check back and see how my interview goes on Sunday. And otherwise, I'm here at the, I have to get across this river. Otherwise, I will be back out on Friday and hopefully catch some stuff. It was hot. Oh yeah, well you're going into spring now, aren't you? Lucky. Yeah. That's okay. I will be in Florida in February. And at that time, actually looking into locations to check out down there so I can do some skunk ape investigating. I think my dad is actually going to come out with me, which will be interesting. Y'all get to meet my father. I have to tell him to behave though. He can be one of them grumpy old men sometimes. I'm just kidding. Summer is on the 1st of December. It's just so weird. You know, it is strange though. Growing up in the Midwest my entire life. Lived in Arizona for a few years. It was very weird even during the holidays to have like Christmas celebrated when it was hot outside. It's so weird. But yeah, I'm glad I still have both my parents and appreciate them, and I know they won't be around forever, so I am grateful that I have them while I do. Although they, like I said, they both live in Florida. They travel. That's all they do. They travel all the time. But they deserve it. Raised me and my brother all them years. They deserve the break. It's kind of cute too. They post their pictures of them and their little parties, and they take golf cart parades. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I am out. I guess I wasn't as far in as I thought. I just took a kind of a longer detour-ish way in. But make sure you guys, I know it's a short one tonight, but make sure you guys come back on Friday next week. I don't know what time. It'll probably be, I don't know. It might be early again. I'm not sure. I have to do some collaborating and find out what the best time frame is going to be. But I appreciate you all being here tonight. Love y'all. As always, keep on truthing and keep on investigating, keep on learning, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a great night. Love y'all.